Hey guys, Luton here, back for some more Battlefield 4. Now, what are we talking about today? Getting back to basics, okay? I've talked a little bit about some of the things going on with me with Battlefield at the moment and how I've been feeling about the game, and part of that has kind of led me to a certain direction and kind of the way I wanted to set things up. I have made mention of the fact that I was starting to put my old squad back together again, and as I said on previous videos, you know, I've been in a clan for a while now. I've been in a clan through pretty much the whole of Bad Company and all the rest of it as well. And, you know, with YouTube, obviously I'd started doing a load of YouTube stuff. I started doing more things where I was kind of running solo all the time, or I'd work a bit with other producers. But that generally became very kind of difficult to schedule and inconsistent, and it was kind of frustrating that I kind of didn't have like a regular squad to run with whenever I wanted a game. And so with that in mind, I decided to put together a squad. And so I've got a good group of guys now, and the squad that I'm running with right here are part of those players. And you can see we've got Struts, Oct, and Flappy Jacks, who's also from DICE. And yeah, basically we all have the same interest shared, which is wanting to get better, stronger games and have a really enjoyable experience with the game. And you know, people often complain so much about the game still in terms of mechanics. You know, obviously the netcode, and with the new patch coming out pretty soon, there's the very real possibility that it's going to be fixing some things and breaking others at the same time. But something that never seems to be made mention of whatsoever, and something that I think a lot of you guys would agree with and have agreed with me already and continue to agree with me about, is the fact that although the mechanical elements of the game are sometimes far from perfect, I actually still find that I have a very enjoyable experience overall. It's just that sometimes you find some little thing that is quite irritating, doesn't quite work how you want it to. But do you know what I find that's 10,000 times more irritating than that? Public player teams that are just literally have no interest. It's not even often about skill level. Often you see players actually sort of doing moderately decently. Stole Flappy's kill right there. But it's more often that they don't have the kind of will or interest to actually play objectives within the game. Now, this is a difficult thing because, you know, DICE have pretty much said many times before now that they have, I don't know why I'm sitting still here, they have no, you know, they want everybody to be able to play the way that they want to play. And, you know, I actually do agree with that. You know, people should be able to play how they want to play because, you know, at the end of the day, you paid your money, you can play the game however you want to play. But that doesn't mean to say that I don't feel that, you know, as a community and also with the actual game modes themselves, they couldn't encourage a certain style of play. However, okay, people are going to play how they want to play, so therefore you have to take matters to yourself about how you want to go about this. Now, if you find yourself in a situation where you constantly are having frustrating games, oh my god, that DMR spam, they wanted me so bad. If you find yourself in a situation where you are frustrated and you can't get gameplay and you can't find, you know, a decent squad to get with, then, you know, you either need to start talking to people in game. You know, see somebody on your team who's in your squad maybe and is doing relatively, you know, well, and you can communicate with them. You send them a message afterwards on Battlelog or whatever and say, hey, look, you know, that was a good round. Do you want to squad up? Do you want to add on me on Battlelog? So, you know, make some little moves like that. You can actually find other people to play with, or start looking around, looking for communities, clans, find other people to play with. That's what I've done, and already in the past 2 weeks we've had a ton of amazing game. Now, I'm going to talk about something else as well that's coming up this weekend, alright? So basically, in the week, I already posted this a little bit on Twitter and stuff, and I had a lot of good responses, put it on Reddit as well, which I often don't do, but I wanted to share this. So basically, I streamed kind of impromptu an event that I was putting together with my clan. And basically what it was a Defuse session. But Defuse, I find, is a perfect example. It's almost the kind of you know, epitome of what I'm talking about here with the way people play. Oh, good bit of gameplay coming up here that Flappy wanted me to show, so I'm going to talk about this tunnel coming up here. We were trying to make a flank down here. I'm going to come back to what I was talking about. We were making a flank down here and we were trying to get behind them, but I felt that as I dropped down they had spotted us, and I said I think they've seen us. Looking around here, start taking some fire from over the back, start moving back. But then we know they're coming and we're stuck in this tunnel, and I said to Flappy, I said, they know we're here, get back, they're coming down. So again, this is this kind of great squad play that you can get going on when you have people that you can communicate with. So Flappy, look, is watching me, I fall back, turn back, now I'm covering him, he starts to move back. So we're doing that kind of, you know, rolling back, keeping pressure down. And I get the kill right on that guy right there. Well, I don't get the kill, I get the assist. Another guy laying down in on it, and we get that fire coming in there, and then Struts, look, has flanked to come down in on those guys. So we made a really excellent clear right there with some just quite straightforward team communication and, you know, suppressing fire. So that was a real good little play right there. Anyway, so coming back to what I was saying about, yes, so I had put together this Defuse round. Now Defuse, as I say, and not just Defuse, like search and destroy, it's always been kind of like the epitome for me in terms of public, not really getting involved with the game mode the way that, personally I would like to see it. And Defuse, basically the way Defuse often goes down, and I have played quite a few games of it in actual public games, is that what tends to happen is people literally just will crazily run forward. They'll basically, because it's a one-hit kill, or it's a one life rather, okay, and once you lose all the lives on the team, that's the end of the round, okay. So tend to be, a lot of people just go for the kills because they think, okay, it's going to be easier to do that than actually planting the objective. The trouble is it means that you may as well not have an objective. You may as well just have a TDM with one life each. You may as well just play it like that, because that's how people play it. And there's no kind of, you lose like the whole kind of, the sense of the game and the whole kind of enjoyment element of being tactical and trying to get to the objective and all of these kind of thought processes, which are really, really awesome. So that's a real shame that is there. So with the Defuse game that I put together, I said basically to the guys, so we had like clan guys filling it up, and I said, look guys, alright, you've got to play the objective. If you're attacking, you've got to play the objective. You've got to try and make that plant. And I said, for the early half of what we were doing, later on it was kind of became a bit more free-for-all-ish, but in the early stage I said, look, if you don't plant the bomb and get a destroy, it doesn't qualify as a win for you on that team. Oh man, all the grenades coming in here. So anyway, it played out really good, and basically what we did was we increased the damage modifier as well, so it was very, very lethal. 2 rounds you're dead basically, one round from a sniper rifle. We then also basically made it so that everybody had to have silencers on. So we said, okay, you've all got to take silencers on your weapons, and again that just increased the kind of the difficulty in trying to identify where people go. Now that full stream, it's 2 hours 50 minutes and it's still live. I'll post it below, okay, so you can go check that out if you want to see the whole thing. I'm spectating and commentating throughout, and it was just a really hilarious session. Everybody that has watched it and commented back, I've had tons of positivity about it, and it was just a really, really excellent. Look at that guy going for the knife. That's why you don't go for the knife. But it was just a huge amount of fun. Now, I'm basically going to be doing that again this weekend. Okay, I haven't specified a time or anything like that yet, but I will be doing it this weekend. I'm going to be doing a session of the Defuse rounds, really, really hardcore. I'll be spectating and commentating throughout. I might see if I can get other people to come and drop in. Maybe Dasker, if he's around, will drop in. Maybe he can do a little bit of commentating as well. But it was a huge amount of fun, and as I say, all the feedback that I got from people who were watching the stream was extremely positive. Loads of people saying, I haven't seen Defuse played out like this before. This is a really excellent way to play the game. This is like, the kind of Battlefield gameplay that you never get to see, and some of the moments that we had in the game, if you watch some of the stream, were literally awesome. I'm probably going to put together a little short sort of montage as well. I don't know when, like Friday night or something. Anyway, I'm going to try and put something together. So if you want to find out when that's happening, guys, be sure to follow me on Twitter and Twitch. The links are below. Come and follow me on those things right there. Also, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about public games in general? Do you think the quality has dropped significantly? Do you think it stayed the same? Do you feel that people should be strongly encouraged more to play in a certain way, or do you think it should be however people want to play? Let me know in the thoughts below, and also let me know your thoughts about Defuse. I'm interested to hear what people have got to say about Defuse. Do you find that it's generally a bit of a clusterfuck, people don't really play the objective, or do you find it's kind of really varies on just who's playing, or is there a kind of general trend overall? Thanks for watching today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I've got some good armor stuff coming up as well as the usual things, and some good stuff on the weekend, as I say, a bit of streaming here and there. So, yep, I'll see you next time. More Battlefield 4.